Girls, do you know the feeling of having a male friend and you just love them? Like, you love him so much, but not like in a, boyfriend girlfriend way, but more like whenever he's around, you just feel comfortable.
All you guys out there who have feelings for a woman who doesn't feel the same way towards you or doesn't even know that you want something more than a friendship, you have to learn to let go. There are too many men out there wasting their time, locked away deep in the friend zone with no hope of escape. And this video will show you exactly what these women are thinking and why they put you there.
Obviously, I can't speak for all women, but I can speak for myself. But when I meet a guy for the first time, I put him in either one of these three categories. Okay, the first one is like the friend zone, obviously. Okay, we can't go anywhere more than being a friend.
Guys, if a woman drops you off in the friend zone, please don't hang around hoping and wishing that she'll change her mind, because more than likely she won't, and you'll just end up wasting your time.
I think usually you know immediately within the first hour of seeing them and then talking to them. The second one is you start out as a friend, but there is a potential to be something more than friends. If he had made a move or I had made a move, if I flirted a little bit, but you start out as friends first. And then the third one is you see the guy and you're okay, I want to go for him, or I want him to make a move on me. So you already set your mind to be at that stage already before you even start talking or build a relationship. You're already there. The thing is, personally, I thought I had made it very clear to my guy friends that they're just friends. Seems like some of them just don't really get the note and just try to make moves, and that's how friendship ends.
It really doesn't take women long to put guys in a box when they first meet someone, which is why if you feel a certain way about a woman, you should make it known before you get securely locked away in the friend zone, a place which is next to impossible to escape. Once a woman's labeled you as a friend, it's pretty much a loss, but there are still loads of men who'll hang around, wishing on a star for things to change one day. The second type of guy she talked about sounds like a guy who was comfortable enough to flirt with her close to them first meeting, but didn't quite fully make a move. Even though he's kind of in the friend zone, she stopped just short of seeing him as a friend. Most likely because, early on, he planted the idea in her mind that they could be something more one day. Ideally, you want to be the third guy, the guy she doesn't have any questions about, the type of guy she has genuine desire for from day one. But honestly, what she's talking about here is probably in reference to guys who are a part of or close to being in the top 10% of men.
The thing is, how are men supposed to value friendships with women if when they're a little boy they make friends with a girl and the adults around them are like, "Ooh, is that your girlfriend?" And even just variations upon that, let's say they're inviting their male friend Charlie and their female friend Lexi round to play. "Oh, who are you inviting round?" "Okay, Charlie." "Oh, and Lexi." "Oh, nice. Oh, Lexi." It's signalling to that child that their friendship with this girl is not the same as their friendship with this boy. And on top of that, you're embarrassing them. Using this kind of ooh, teasy tone and language is embarrassing them. And it's really hardwiring in their heads that being friends with girls is embarrassing.
That was my first ever viral video that I posted a year ago today. I think it resonated with a lot of people. A lot of parents loved it. A lot of men were like, "Oh my god, that's giving me flashbacks, and this is why I stopped being friends with that girl when I was 6. And I think it really goes to show how things that can seem small and even playful and fun can have a really big and destructive impact. Now, obviously, that is not the whole picture. That is one piece in a very complex puzzle, right? So I'm not saying that that is the one and only reason why there are problems with men and women having friendships as adults, but I think that that is one contributing factor, is how when it comes to children, we don't actually let them just be friends with each other, and we cut off their empathy building capacities so quickly.
While how older people treat children when they make boy or girl friends might affect how men and women see and treat each other as they grow up, this isn't close to being the main reason why men and women can't really be friends. I will say though, I think I do have memories of my parents making a big deal about me having female friends as a child, kind of like the woman said in this clip. But did that affect my relationships with women going forward into the future? Personally, I don't think so. But maybe you've had a different experience. Let me know in the comments. The dynamic between male and female friendships is just different, and the chances are, when a guy finds a woman attractive, he's going to want to be more than friends with her. You have to keep in mind that the threshold for who men will have sex with is much lower than a woman's, so hooking up with a friend doesn't have to mean much of anything from a guy's perspective. While I could be wrong, I don't think the reason men and women struggle to be friends as adults is all that complicated. We just have different mating strategies when it comes to reproduction. And the moment we hit our teens is where that whole thing comes into play.
I've been in that situation before where I know in my heart this guy's a good time, but I've fallen for the good time.
So you fell in love with him?
I'm someone that falls in love every other month, so I don't know if I fell in love with him, but I fell for him deeply. I spent my birthday with him, in love with him, taking me out, spoiling me, treating me right. We go out for lunch one day. I said, guys, I'm out. I found him, my husband. So I remember sitting down for brunch. We've now moved from, I don't want anything too serious. He's now doing all these things, and I'm thinking, God, nah, like the energy he's showing me, like this guy's my king. This is my boyfriend, like spent his birthday, everything, cool. We're sitting at the dinner table, we're sitting at the lunch table, and I have a champagne. We are now doing champagne, sipping champagne. We are now in Ivy. And I'm like, oh, baby, because that's what I called him. I'm like, oh, baby, what are we cheersing to? He said, we are cheersing to friendship. He said, cheers to friendship.
Please, how did you drink the drink after? No, I need to know. How did you drink it? I need to know. We're cheersing to friendship. Don't tell me. Did you put that in your mouth? You drank the drink.
I drank the drink.
You have mind.
I chased and drank the drink.
You chested that, man.
It's like, as I was drinking, I was thinking,
Hey.
did he just say what I couldn't? It's like, when your bubble has bursted. My bubble bursted. We call him Cheers to Friendship because that's what he looked me dead in my eye.
Wow.
And told me over Prosecco.
Oh, you, baby.
Ignoring red flags and falling for the whole good time thing is a mistake that a lot of women make when they're dealing with men who have experience with women and know how to play the game. The woman in this video even referred to this guy as being her boyfriend, but it's clear that he didn't see things the same way. She was just making up whatever fantasy she had in her head and running with it. This sounds like a typical situationship in which someone's more invested than the other person, and because they've probably been hooking up for a while, they think that they've developed something real with this person, but in reality, they have nothing. While we don't really know anything about this guy, he clearly had the skills to get what he wanted out of this situation, and since she didn't come forward with her intentions, he was able to just string her along. The fact that he apparently spent a lot of money probably had her thinking that she had something real, but as I always say, you shouldn't mistake a guy's financial investment for emotional investment. Just because a guy's spending money on a woman, it doesn't mean he wants anything more than a few cheek-clapping sessions. When he did the whole cheers to friendship thing, it seems like she couldn't believe it, and this is something that a lot of women go through when they play this situationship game.
Girls, do you know the feeling of having a male friend and you just love them? Like, you love them so much, but not like in a, boyfriend, girlfriend way, but more like whenever he's around, you just feel comfortable. You're like, it's gonna hurt when you lose him because you're gonna be in a relationship one day. It's just like, you just love him. Like, can anyone explain me that? Like, why? Why do I feel so good and comfortable whenever he's around? Like, he makes me laugh. He's just so funny. He looks good. But as I said, we're just friends. Like, do you know that feeling? You just love them? Like, you're just friends, but you love them. It's crazy to explain. It's like whenever they're like messaging you, you're like, oh, they messaged me, but not in a girlfriend-boyfriend way. More just like, I just love him, but like as a friend. Do you know what I mean? Am I crazy?
To all my guys who are stuck in the friend zone looking for a way out, this is probably exactly how that girl you're in love with thinks about you. You're never going to be the one she goes to bed with at night, but she'll be more than happy to soak up all your time and attention that'd be better spent on a woman who actually wants to be with you. Despite how good this guy in the friend zone makes her feel, he still isn't good enough to be a viable partner, and his ass will probably get dropped when she does find a man she wants to invest her time into. I can't tell you how many stories I've read on Reddit by guys who've been through this exact thing, and every day, there are new stories popping off. It never ends. Nice guys often think that making a woman feel safe and comfortable around them is all it's going to take to win them over, but as many of them will soon learn, that's just not the case. You can give off that boyfriend energy all day if you want, but you shouldn't expect her to ever return it. You're not good for anything but attention and validation. And if you removed yourself from her life, that's what she's going to miss most, not whatever supposed friendship you had.
Is it possible to get out of the friend zone?
Once you're in the friend zone, you're in. I gotta be honest, if you view a guy as a friend, nothing will make him attractive to you. If you genuinely view him as a friend,
What would be your suggestion to them if they want to get out of the friend zone?
give up.
Give up?
Walk away. Turn around and find a new bae. Like, what are you doing?
You're supposed to be giving advice here, not telling people to give
Oh,
up.
okay. Well, that's my advice.
Your
Is
advice
to give
is to give
up.
up.
Girls are never in the friend zone.
Oh, yeah?
Girls are never in the friend zone, and here's why. It's because guys are always testing to see if you will cross the line, because they're too shy to. They're never going to cross the line. I had an instance where I was kind of like friend zoning a guy a little bit, and he was kind of friend zoning me back, but we would like cross the boundary a few times until like realizing we liked each other. And then he got a girlfriend, and I realized, I was like, I never made my move. Like, I was friend zoning myself.
This woman nailed it perfectly, and honestly, I don't think there's much more to add. Again, if you're a guy who's been sealed away in the friend zone, accept your fate and keep it moving. While girls often find themselves in endless situationships, the friend zone is something that they rarely have to worry about. Generally speaking, guys don't give women they're not attracted to long-term attention, but a woman will, as long as she's getting whatever she needs out of their friendship. What do you guys think about this whole friend zone thing? Maybe you're in the friend zone right now. If so, let me know in the comments.